before movies sucked. Ah, love. A fine romance. You never know when the lightning bolt will strike, but when it does, the feeling is undeniable. Once struck, one can only stand in awe of its infinite beauty and power. The feeling may not always be mutual, and as they say, timing is everything. Here we have the core of the story, the thing that elevates Jackie Brown beyond the common crime drama, blending an oddly charismatic group of miscreants and do-gooders fighting their battles amongst everyday people living routinely normal lives. The main story follows Sam Jackson's character, Ordell, as he tries to outwit cops and even his own gang as the gun-running hustle he built up turns into running to hustle himself out of the country. The real story is the doomed-from-the-start romance between Robert Forster's bail bondsman character, Max Cherry, and the woman who refuses to back down to anybody. The clever, sexy-in-any-situation, Jackie Brown. Played with a sly and at times surprisingly honest emotional complexity that lets you know she's been around, and she's more than a match for any man's bullshit. Based on a novel by Elmore Leonard, Quentin Tarantino directs this 1997 movie that to this day I still believe is his best work, probably because he's adapted someone else's story from novel to screen. Anyway, it opens with Jackie getting arrested for helping smuggle money into the country, money intended for Ordell as profits from his gun-running buddies in Mexico. Jackie's situation isn't that great to begin with. A single lady with no kids, she works as a flight attendant and lives alone with few prospects for an easy retirement. So it's not difficult for Michael Keaton's character, Detective Ray, to persuade her to roll over on Ordell for a much lighter sentence. Of course, Ordell's not happy about the situation, and we already know his character isn't simply a gun runner, he's a ruthless killer, ready to end any problem with a permanent solution. Jackie and Ordell go way back, so for her, she's fully aware her immediate options are either jail or the permanent solution. And from here, this is how we see Jackie turn an impossible situation into a real chance at a new life. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Remember I mentioned the lightning bolt? Max Cherry, bail bondsman, becomes the unlikely wildcard as he finds himself immediately smitten, struck from his bored and somewhat singular existence by this apparent damsel in distress. But as we all know, looks can be deceiving, and Jackie shows Max she may be down, but she's far from out, and she's ready for a fight. Instead of doing what most self-respecting lawmen might and keep his distance from this obviously troubling situation, he can't help but get involved. Now, Ordell is not alone in his predicament. His loose gang of local misfits include Bridget Fonda as Ordell's little surfer girl. She's loyal and ready to help Ordell because she's not asked to do much else in exchange for a comfortable life. Robert De Niro plays an old friend of Ordell's fresh out of jail and with not much else to do but join in whatever hijinks Ordell has going on. But he's changed, no longer the man Ordell remembers, and as things progress, he becomes less of an asset and more of a liability confronted by Ordell's ruthless solution to problems. Timing is everything. Age and experience motivate decisions and actions. This is not some shoot-'em-up between hotheads or a dark and dismal crime drama. This is a real woman in an increasingly dangerous situation that, as we see with other characters, would cause a weaker person to knuckle under and get swept away by their own bad decisions. Not Jackie Brown. The cops want to use her. Ordell has been using her and just might kill her. But Max Cherry, reluctant of his own feelings as he may be, Max is willing to help her. And it's not like she's using Max. She sees what's happening from all sides, and there are moments where maybe, just maybe, if the situation was just a little less complicated, Max and Jackie might have had a real chance for a future together. But this isn't your average by-the-numbers quirky Hollywood love story. Nothing is guaranteed. Every solution is a high risk with only a very slim chance for a high reward. This movie is grounded with mature, realistic perspectives on these otherwise fictional characters and circumstances. And let's just say it now. Pam Grier elevates this movie to its highest form. Sure, Tarantino does his usual solid approach to his craft, and part of his talent lies in casting actors whose careers have diminished or been dropped entirely by a fickle Hollywood system. Every one of Tarantino's movies feature at least one, if not several actors nearly forgotten despite their talents and former popularity. Pam Grier deserved the Oscar. For as popular and engaging as Jackie Brown was, every performance feels distinct, unique, and authentic. But in those moments where Jackie Brown is alone and questioning herself, bracing herself, and even when she's deep in the shit defending herself, the complexity of emotion and authenticity of performance was far beyond anything the competition could deliver. Not even Meryl Streep possesses that natural sensuality and allure that lets you know Jackie Brown is all woman and deserves respect, no matter what the situation is. Like Max Cherry, you can't forget her the moment you've met her. With all the hype about strong female lead characters these days, if you've never seen Jackie Brown, take the time and take a lesson. Jackie Brown ranks amongst the best of the best. But don't just take my word for it. Watch it and see for yourself. Pam Grier makes Jackie Brown the best movie Tarantino will likely ever make. That's right, I said it.